Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of the Sports Dép Podcast with Joey Alfieri here, Simon Tsalikis sitting across this very large table from me at our home studios here in... can we tell people where we are? We're VSL.
Or lovely Ville Saint Laurent.
Ville Saint Laurent. I love Ville Saint Laurent. I grew up not far, and this is a very nice area.
Their football team was the Spartans, no?
I think they still are.
They still
Aren't
are?
they?
Yeah?
Pretty sure.
Got a couple of good soccer programs out here, no?
Yeah, 100%.
Remember when that Saint Laurent squad played TFC?
Yeah, at Claude Robillard.
That was pretty cool.
Soccer, that was very cool.
Remember watching, that was pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, so yes, our home studios in Ville Saint Laurent, Tsalikis, Alfieri, we're with you on the Sports Dép Podcast. Don't forget, you can find us on TikTok. You can find Sports Dép Pod on TikTok. You can find us on Instagram as well, Sports Dép Pod, where you can see Tsalikis blab and me blab, and we put some of our best moments, our highlights of the week. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, and then we tweet or we message X, whatever you want to call it, from X. We post from X on both our accounts. Joey Alfieri for me and Tsalikis.
Simon at TSN 690.
Simon at TSN 690?
At TS, yeah.
No, Simon TSN 690, isn't it?
I don't know. At Simon TSN.
Say something, Simon.
At Simon TSN 690.
Yeah, that sounds more right. Not Simon at TSN 690.
that makes no sense.
Yes, Simon TSN 690 because
my email.
Simon works at TSN 690, which is where we used to work together.
Yeah.
But Tsalikis, look, we've been talking about the Canadians on the injury front. Let's just jump right into it. We've been talking about the Canadians on the injury front and how important it's going to be to eventually get the forwards that have been out back. Now, this past weekend, Kane's finally got some good news. He's got a buzz cut. Kaden Guhle's back. The importance for you, Kaden Guhle in the grand scheme of things, the level of importance that he holds, big picture, in your mind, is what? If you had to rate it on 10, like
first,
the importance of
do you believe like when David Beckham used to change his hairstyle? And
I don't think this will have the same impact.
because you remember, like when he used to change his hairstyle, they would say that barbers in England, in Great Britain, would all have to prepare because there would be a whole bunch of.
Did you ever do the buzz cut?
I'm gonna say maybe not as short as.
Yes or no?
No, I did it short, but Beckham was really short.
I think I did a number 2.
Kaden Guhle's pretty short too. Like I had a little bit longer than that. Did you the cornrows? Did you ever do, Joy?
I never tried.
Okay. What about the faux hawk?
It's funny. My sister.
Faux hawk, no?
The faux hawk, yes.
You did the faux hawk?
A long time.
No way.
Yeah, but like this, but just like it would be up in the middle, just like a little bit in the front there. It wasn't like the full
like Mr. T.
mohawk.
No.
But no, it was like, but I had hair all around. It's just like it would be
a little bit puffier in the middle.
Point.
All right.
Yeah, in the middle. And
so
but you'd have to gel it up. Yeah. I had to put gel in it. Yeah, frohawk 100%. I did.
Okay, good.
I grew up in the peak frohawk era.
Like the last samurai thing, like when they used to tie the bun on top?
No. The bun is Sam, our producer, has
Sam
the
has
bun.
a fantastic bun.
I wouldn't say fantastic.
I would say
it's good. I would say
my
good.
two favorite francophone hairstyles like that is Sam Piet.
Francophone hairstyles?
Like
what do you mean?
Sam and
Piet.
Yeah, they
Sam
have the
Piet,
two best
Boulay.
Franco man buns in the province. They should do like a dance off or something to settle it. Like I don't know.
Settle it? To settle who has the better? Why would you dance if who has
only
the better
one man can have that in this city? So if Sam Piet is watching, our boy Sam has got him covered there.
Yeah, I think Sam Piet takes care of Sam, to be honest. No offense,
look, Kaden Guhle is a big piece. To me personally, I think it's a massive, massive piece. He does what like Lane Hudson, his skill set is so obvious and so easy to follow and so easy to be mesmerized by, and it's awesome. And we you know what Mike Matheson brings, and you know what Noah Dobson brings. But if you need a shift out there, and you're not talking about just keeping the puck from Kucherov or keeping the puck from Tkachuk, and you want a little bit of physicality out there against them, the other guys can't do that. Right. And Noah Dobson, you've mentioned in the last podcast, makes $9.5 million. Like you do that because you're really, really good at playing hockey. Yeah. Kaden Guhle's not going to make that type of money, but that skill set that he brings, and another thing that I think he really, really can help out, and where he can get his good minutes. And in his first game back, I believe he played 2 minutes and 31 seconds. Shorthanded.
Yeah.
I think that the Canadians shorthanded, the penalty killing unit was okay. They survived. It's not great. That's fine. You have a power play when it's clicking. It's pretty special. But without Kaden Guhle in the lineup, there really isn't 6 defensemen that I feel can go on and take on that role. Even Xhekaj, big physical presence. It's not just about being a big physical presence when you're killing penalties, man. It's your feet, your quick feet, your stick. You get into
Respect
the passing
the assignment,
lanes.
understand the
Understand
assignment.
it. You know, know when to chase, know when to go, know when to to pinch into the corner, know when not. So I don't know. Xhekaj is a little bit like that, but I think Kaden Guhle can really excel at that. So for me, it is a big piece that is coming back to the Canadiens lineup. And Joey, I was working at TSN 690 in the morning that they got, or in the middle of the night, I think they got Alex Carrier from the Predators. And
it was in the evening there.
Yeah, so I think I came into work. Whoa.
Wow.
I apologize for
that.
that.
Might be a fine. Oh, my goodness. Sam just warned us before the show. He said, hey, I find you guys are on your phones too much during the show.
We're also looking at notes.
We're looking at notes and stats and stuff like that. But he warned us. You know how upset he gets.
Yes. Listen.
Flip this table.
In charge. He's in charge.
I know.
But just to go back to Guhle for a second. Yes. When Carrier got to the Canadiens last year, and the Canadiens made the playoffs last year because Nick Suzuki was a point-of-game player.
Yep.
Patrick Laine got the power play going for a period of time when he got in, and Sam Montembeault played really well. But I also believe the Carrier acquisition just put everybody in their slots and everybody playing within their minutes.
Right.
And now with the Noah Dobson, even more so. But without Kaden Guhle, now you're maybe playing Hudson 2 more minutes. You're playing Matheson an extra 90 seconds. Maybe you're playing Matheson an extra 90 seconds. It's on the penalty kill where it's not where you want him. And you don't want him blocking shots or anything along those lines. So I think Guhle back in the lineup really allows Martin St. Louis to go 1 through 4 and to go 1 through 4 exactly how many minutes he wants. And also, depending on who you're playing, and if you're nursing a 1-goal lead and you just don't want to get one of your defensemen out there that just because of his instincts go a little bit too forward, pinch a little bit too much, go a little bit too offense. Kaden Guhle, I don't believe the guy that's going to do that. So to me, I'm a bit of a fanboy of the player. I think it's perfect. He's coming back at the perfect time, and he sets you 1 through 4 very well.
Yeah, and I totally agree with you. I really like this player, and I think they really like this player too because, with the small sample size of games played, like they decided to commit long-term to Kaden Guhle at over $5 million a year, which just now is going to seem like a bargain. But still, at the time, that was a major commitment for a guy who, hadn't really fully arrived as a player. The thing to me, Simon, is he's going to have to stay healthy. He's been unlucky at times. There's been some bad breaks there, and even this injury, it seemed to take longer to heal than they had anticipated initially. But to me, like this player needs to stay healthy for an extended period of time. And I get it. There's wear and tear on the body. He plays a physical style, doesn't shy away from blocking shots. But this is a guy who is, assignment sound, a guy who can throw his weight around. And to be totally honest with you, I don't know now because the Canadiens have Lane Hudson and the Canadiens have Noah Dobson. I personally think that this is a defenseman that can come away with 30-plus points in a season. And that's nothing to scoff at. Like, I think 30-plus points for a defenseman, that's, you cross the 30-point mark and you're a physical presence and you can defend and you can move around pretty well on the ice. Like, that's pretty much well-rounded to me. It's just, for me, it's going to be about staying healthy now. And this is obvious. I'm not reinventing anything here. He's going to have to stay healthy. But where I'm going with this is I find, the last little while, I see an Arber Xhekaj, and I know he mentioned it in the media, but I see a player who is very much more confident, a guy who's making simple plays, a guy who knows how to play, what the line is and plays on the edge. And he just seems totally different to me right now than the guy who was clearly in his own head, the guy who lost the fight to Delorier, got in his own head, wasn't making the simple plays, was getting himself into trouble, was hanging on to pucks too long, just was not crisp with first passes. Like, it felt like the game was going way too fast for him, and now that's slowed down. I know everybody wants Arber Xhekaj to succeed. That skill set, the ability to fight, the ability to hit. He has a cool last name that XHEKAJ, whatever, something like that.
Won't even try it.
He's a cool name. His brother plays on the team. He's also big. He's in the organization. Very active on social media. There's a million reasons to like this guy. The guy was working at Costco.
Yeah.
He undrafted player, broke it into the NHL at 20 years old. There's a million reasons to love this guy. I like him too, and I understand why they're patient with him. But to me, if those two guys can figure it out, one health-wise, the other one consistency-wise, I think it takes a blue line to a whole new level. Because now, like you said, they have Dobson, they have Matheson, They have Hudson. Those are the hardest things to get. The puck movers, guys that could take over games from the blue line, those are the hardest ones to get. But if you can all of a sudden round it out with some big, mean, nasty dudes, and you've got two of those dudes, teams would kill for one in today's NHL. Canes maybe have two. If those two guys can pan out, and it's not far-fetched to say they could pan out, they're both in the NHL. You just need one to stay healthy. You need one to stay consistent. If they can do that, and you have those two guys that make up, that you have a physical guy on two of your three pairs, with the puck movers you have and the commitments you have to those guys, they're going to be staying around long-term. Then maybe it's a Reinbacher, maybe it's an Engstrom, maybe, I don't know, maybe they re-sign Carrier and he sticks around for a little bit. Man, I don't know, Simon, but I think that's how this blue line goes to another level, because the puck movers are there. That's the hard part.
Yes.
Those guys that's the hard part.
There's going to have to be a serious...
But to elevate,
yeah,
I think the physicality needs to be there. And I think those two guys have the ability to elevate this blue line.
Especially when you're lacking a little bit of physicality 1 through 12 on your forwards,
Fair.
right? So there's going to have to be some serious questions about the blue line. There's just too many good... Like, we haven't even spoken about Jaden Struble, who there was stretches this year. He was... better than Xhekaj. Better than Xhekaj. And he also brings an element of physicality and stuff like that.
Well.
So I can't remember a blue line this good with the Canadians 1 through 7 in a long time.
Yeah.
Markov and Subban was a great top pairing and stuff like that. There was a drop-off after that. But 1 through 7, this is as good as it's been. 1 through 8, Engstrom. And 1 through 9, Reinbacher. There's decisions to be made on that back end too, because, we spoke about in the last podcast about number of forwards coming back into the lineup, and here is a little bit. This doesn't have to be addressed today or tomorrow, but at some point they're going to want Engstrom or Reinbacher to be regulars, right? Yeah. And for Xhekaj, the game against the Red Wings, I thought might have been his best game. 8 hits in 13, 14 minutes of ice time. He was good. He needs to continue that. But again, I think when you slot him into a spot and say this is where you are, something to be said about being pressed as well, right? With Xhekaj's best games lining up when Kaden Guhle's coming back. Yeah, good. That's right. Feel it, man. You got to feel the heat. Like, you're a regular NHLer right now. Kaden Guhle's coming back. What are you going to do to continue to be a regular NHLer?
Fair.
And he's brought up his game, and I think it's healthy to have that competition back there. But yes, that guy is an element that you're going to need. When Tom Wilson and whoever else on the Capitals and Florida Panthers start to ramp up the physicality, it's can't go out there with Kaden Guhle as your only big physical guy out there. So good on him to get better. You hope he continues to get better. Martin St. Louis is going to make it a lot more simple for him. But yeah, having those two guys on the back end really completes that blue line.
And that's the thing with Martin St. Louis. Like, I know that people especially at the beginning of the season, we were doing episodes and people were writing to us all angry, like, oh, he hates Xhekaj. Martin St. Louis doesn't hate Arber Xhekaj. Martin St. Louis is looking to get the most out of Arber Xhekaj. And Martin St. Louis right now is not in a rebuild anymore. This is a team that's looking to win.
Yeah.
And if you deserve it, maybe you don't agree with it. You don't agree with the slow starting with Ivan Demidov and not giving him power play 1 right away and not playing big minutes right away. But you have to go out there and you have to earn. And most NHL head coaches, that's what it is. I think Arber Xhekaj is a guy right now. Maybe he gets better. Maybe he'll be able to log bigger minutes. But I think until he shows, if he keeps playing at this level, that'll be great. I think right now he's a guy that when he's on, shouldn't top 18 minutes. That's just me.
No way.
So to me, I think you get to the 16, 17, 18 minutes.
I think even less maybe, Joey, because you're looking at...
But I think tops. I'm talking about tops out this year.
Tops is
if
fine.
Everybody's healthy,
because
that's the
you're
top.
looking at 23, 24, maybe 25 minutes when push comes to shove from your top 4, right? Depending on whoever the coach thinks his top pairing is going, and they get him to 24 minutes, and you start getting the other guys at 22, 23 minutes. But I think that's also a blessing for Arber Xhekaj. Like, probably the danger for him is when he starts to play 18 minutes a game. That's a lot to ask for, I think, from a bottom pairing guy. So if you can keep that in the low teens, mid-teens, you play to his strength.
Yeah, ideally it's probably in the 15-ish range, maybe even a bit less than that. And some nights it might even be single digits based on, how much you need Matheson. Because there's times where they play Matheson 27, 28. Dobson plays big minutes. Lane
goals.
Hudson too.
Sure.
But, to me, I think those are the two key guys. Like I said, I think those two players can take the Canadiens blue line to another level. And again, the David Reinbacher's a top 5 pick. Having a nice season in Laval, staying healthy.
Got to get him in there,
yeah. At some point, you'll get him in there. But, this looks, to your point, like a really nice blue line. So, to me, that's how you elevate now. You elevate through physicality, and very clearly the Canadians are looking to get more physical. They're looking to get more rugged. And if these two guys stay healthy, and that hasn't been a problem for Xhekaj, but if Xhekaj can stay consistent and Kaden Guhle can stay healthy, because another injury to Kaden Guhle, man, and like I'm exasperated by it. I can only imagine the kid.
No, it's hard.
You know, and he's an important piece of this team, and to just not be able to stay healthy.
It's a good young team that he wants to be a part of as well, right?
You want to grow with the team, and you want
100%.
to be able to take your game to another level, and you're only going to be able to do that by playing. So, you know, I really like the player. I'm a big fan of the guy, but you know, now it's time, and I know he doesn't control much of it, but now's the time. You got to stay healthy. You got to take off. Canes need you to take off now, and you're not going to be representing Canada at the Olympics. You're going to be able to get some rest, and they're going to probably need you to play 20, 21 minutes a night going forward right through the end. Whenever your playoff journey ends, they're going to need you to probably do that. So that's the key to me. Those are the key guys, because the offensive guys, to me, they're sure things. They're pretty much sure things, assuming good health.
Yeah,
the physicality is where it's at for me.
And the physicality is something that, you know, we spoke about it, Joey, on one of the pods about, you know, their interest with Blake Coleman, right? Blake Coleman is a guy that is not overly physical, but plays exactly what the brand of playoff hockey that you expect in the postseason, right? So I think the coach is looking for that. I think the front office is looking for that. But it also starts that they want that from the two guys that are out there. And like you said, you need both. I don't know, you need both of those guys out there, but you really need both guys out there. It's much less, I'm not going to say intimidating, but the Canadians, I think, are a lot easier to play against when they're defending in their own end of the rink if there is a void of Xhekaj and Guhle. As a combination, it's good to have him out there on either one of the pairings. And the pairing that doesn't include those two guys is probably including somebody like Matheson and Dobson, who are probably geared to playing offense and have the puck rather than be defending.
Okay, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Let's just pretend, you don't have to close your eyes, but just imagine that you're sitting at Bâton Rouge Vaudreuil right now.
Yes.
I come up to you, I say, Tsalikis,
Yeah.
What would you like? What can I get you? Give me the order.
I'm going to go, listen, been to Bâton Rouge 1,000 times.
That's it?
Yeah, and I'm going to say that out of the 1,000 times, 993 times. Start with a spinach dip. Joey, what are we doing here? We're not playing games. We're not playing games here. Like, let's start with the spinach dip. That's where you need to go. I'm in the mood for ribs. I'm going to go with the classic. I'm going to go with, what made Bâton Rouge very famous many, many moons ago.
They were really, like, the first ones with the baby back ribs, I feel, in the like, they took that barbecue game to another level.
Yes, the baby back ribs, was massive. So give me that. I can't have a spin dip by myself, so I'm looking for companionship. Spinach dip.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with a rack of ribs, not the half rack or what.
Full rack?
Full rack.
Don't they have like a half rack with a half chicken or something like that, or with some chicken?
No.
None of that. Full rack.
None of that. No, I'm gonna go full rack. I'm gonna go baked potato, no chives.
Baked potato, no chives. Sour cream.
Obviously.
Okay. Not a big sour cream.
Really?
Yeah.
And then give me the coleslaw. I'm a fan of the coleslaw.
Yeah. That's an elite order. It's like that's like a Lane Hudson order at Bâton Rouge. That's a lot of the classics.
If you ever go, get a chance to go to the Bâton Rouge in Vaudreuil, really nice bar area.
Super nice bar area.
Nice bar area. I always talk about the terrace. We're not there just yet.
No, we're not
but
there
you
just
can
yet.
strategically position yourself in some good spots at the bar where you can pick off 2 televisions. Enjoy. That's just heaven.
That is just
heaven.
a nice.
So,
that sounds like a nice.
And
evening.
say hi to poor Billy at the Bâton Rouge in Vaudreuil.
Why is he poor? He's a
not
fan
poor.
of who?
No. He's a Jacksonville Jaguar fan. Tough.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
Tough one.
Yeah.
So he's. I don't know if he's
little. They made from 68, missed from 44. Man, I don't know what's going on.
That's crazy, eh?
Yeah,
like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing, son? Like. What does 68-yard field goals mean if you're going to be missing
44 in the playoffs?
No,
yeah,
at home.
Tough one. Yeah,
and the weather wasn't like Chicago. Like
no, it was nice.
Everybody was wearing t-shirts, man. So
it was nice. Liam Cohen was wearing the cutoff hoodie with the long sleeves.
Settle down there.
Yeah, This is very niche. Jose Maltos would have made that kick
I think so.
in the playoffs.
I would think so.
100%. Tsalikis?
Yes, sir.
Behave yourself. I'll see you at Baton Rouge Vaudreuil very, very shortly. Not right now, but very, very soon. You and I will be doing a little tete-a-tete
Yes.
at Baton Rouge Vaudreuil. Don't forget, you can subscribe to the Sports Dép Podcast on YouTube. You can watch us and these shenanigans that we try to pull on each other. You can also listen to us. If you don't want to see us, you can listen to us. And I mean, why would you want to see us? Please do, but why? You can find us on Apple Podcast and on Spotify. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. We'll be back with another episode of the Sports Dép Podcast.